Hey everybody, welcome to the live stream lesson. It's been a while, right? But we're going to be working on a piece called Sonata in C major by Jean-Baptiste Breval. So this piece is actually part of Suzuki book number 4. In terms of what we're going to do after the Suzukis, I'm going to try and bring actual repertoires. But yeah, we'll figure it out. But for today, let's take a look at the first movement of this sonata. All right. So starting off, we can see that we're going to be dealing with chords. We haven't seen chords before in this class, right? So for the chords, what we're going to do is we're going to divide it into 2 parts. We're going to play like this. 1, 2. So what I mean by that, first you play open G and E, and then roll your bow over into the D and A string. Second finger, it will be E and C, right? So we're going to do that simultaneously, right? And then the next one is we're going to do it the same way, right? So it's open D and open G, and then we're going to roll over and play B with our first finger on A, like that. And then the last one, remember how I said the chords are broken up into 2 notes and then 2 notes. We're going to be doing the same thing, except since this has 4 notes, we're going to play the bottom 2 and then the top 2 later, right? Roll over like that. So that's how we play chords. There is the problem with, not problem, but a lot of the times the thing about chords is the timing. I tend to have the top 2 notes be on the fall on the beat, right? So that means that I play the bottom 2 notes kind of like before the beat. So 1, 2, 3, like that. So just keep that in mind when you're playing with an accompaniment, like with a real pianist, right? So let's take a look at this first 3 chords. I know we're going into details right now. So all right. So then you retake the bow. And then retake the bow. Like that. All right. So that's pretty much the introduction of the sonata, right? And now let's actually take a look at the first phrase. So the yellow phrase. I'm going to play through it, and then let's see. I'm going to play through it, and I'm going to see where I'm going to stop as far as this yellow phrase goes, right? So this will be a pickup. So remember, pickup is the last note or last beat into the next measure. So here we're in 4/4, so it's going to be on the 4th beat. right? So 1, 2, 3. And 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. Alright, so I want to change the bowing here actually. That'll be connected, and then like that. So that's, I'm going to kind of make a marker. So I'd say that's the first half of a phrase of the yellow phrase. So we're going to start normally on the first position, right? 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So this little bit here, the F, what I do is, it says trill, but really you can do just one time. So F, G, F, right? That'll be our trill. And then E, F, E, right? 1, 2. So think of it, instead of trill and grace notes, I like to think of it as kind of like a turnaround. So just think of it as those sequences note, right? F, G, F, E, F, E. So that's how I like to play that trill and grace notes. Alright, let's keep on going. So we're still in first position, right? And then these are going to be up, up, up. So 1 and 2 and ready, go, and 1 and 2 and 2, 3. And then there's the rest, right? Alright. So I think the yellow phrase goes until there. And something to keep in mind is this piano and this mezzo forte, right? So we're going to start a little bit, get soft. So mezzo forte, if you've seen the dynamics video, it's going to be just kind of normal volume, and then we're going to come down to piano and then go back up to it. So mezzo forte, right? So let's try the second half of the yellow phrase, right? 1 and 2 and ready, go, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and rest. All right. So remember here, it's going to be, think of it as 4 16th note, right? So da 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 da. So da 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 da. I don't know how to explain that. Actually, like this. And then these are tied, right? Da-dum. Da-dum. So, something like that. I guess I'll just play it. So remember that this is up and up. So it's one and two and three and rest. All right. So the first opening phrase is pretty straightforward, but let's just play through it. 1, 2, and I'm gonna go slightly under tempo right now. Okay. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2, 3, rest. Alright, so that's going to be a yellow phrase. Pretty straightforward in my opinion. Now, let's go to the second phrase. I want to make it, let's do it light blue. I'll play it once through and then we'll take a look at the fingerings and bowings together, okay? So, blue phrase, light blue phrase. 1, 2, ready, and 2, 3, 1 and 2. So let's just stop until there, because the next part is kind of, it's a different phrase or sequence. I'm just going to kind of make a mark here, right? So one more time. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. So here is we're going to tie over, and then we're going to do up bow on the D here, right? I think this is still part of the blue phrase. So let's just take a look at how, just a reminder, here we have F sharp, right? So we're going to stick with F sharp. And if you remember the rules about accidentals, if you see an accidental here, for example, this F sharp, that F sharp is gonna last until the end of the measure, and then in the next measure you have to write it again. So here it's just making reminder bowings, right? Da 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 dun dun. All right. So the new phrase, the middle of the phrase of the light blue goes like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and. So that's first half, right? And then if we take a look at the next part, it's a little bit difficult. So we're going to tie over the pickup into the next measure. And then here you can see, I would do same thing as before. So just think of it as a turnaround. So So I kind of think of it as D, C, da 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 dum, right? Da 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 dum. So just remember that. You don't have to do a full trill. I don't think at the tempo that we're going to be playing in the end, it's too fast to put more than one trill, excuse me. So just practice that. Right? So A, like that. Okay. I don't like that. We're gonna change it. Hey. So it goes like this. So B shift. Well, so if you shift to 1, you would have to do extension, right? Because we're playing C natural. But you can also do just kind of go up the scale instead of I can see why you would do that. It's so you only have to shift in the beginning, right? Shift with the bow change. But if you want to, I'm gonna put it in parentheses down. Right? If you follow the top fingering, it'll be an extension. If you follow the bottom fingering, going to be shifting to 3rd position. And I think the blue phrase, definitely ends here. So, quite difficult. I think there's a new sequence, a new pattern here, right? So let's just take a look at the light blue phrase together. I'm going to play slowly right now, so you can take a look at how I'm playing the fingerings and things like that. Alright, so starting from the light blue here, beginning of the light blue, alright? So we start on the beat. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 1, and 2, and 3. 1 and 2. You know what? Let's keep it consistent with how we're doing in the beginning. And we're going to just do this and do a double up bow. Alright, so so 1 and 2, 3, and 1 and 2, 3. gonna start up bow again. 1, 2, and sorry, 1, 2, and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2, 3. Another fingering you can do it 2 and then 2, right? That's another fingering that's pretty comfortable. Actually, I would go for that. Basically, it's up to you if you want to do an extension or if you want to just shift. Alright. Now we come to the fun part of the sonata. So this is our new section. And let's, for a second, just go until here. And then I'll explain how we're going to do everything else. There are several things that's happening here. So let's just take a look at the easy part here, quote unquote easy, right? So pretty straightforward note wise. Let's just take a look at this first two measures. So the green phrase now. 1 and 2 and ready go, and 1 and 2 and right. Remember here we're skipping C natural. 1 4. And then same thing. So let's just play until there. And then we'll take a look at the triplets together. So 1 and 2 and greeting phrase. And 2 and 3 and 1 4 and da da da. So we've arrived at the triplet part, right? So something really important here is you maintain the pulse, and we're only changing the subdivision, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 triplet, 2 triplet, da 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 da. So being able to do that is very important, and something I do is when we arrive at this G here, I think of 1 triplet already. Right? So I think about 1 triplet, and then when you're thinking about that, you already have in your head the triplet pulse, triplet subdivision. So 1 da da. Right? So that's something that you have to develop. So let's just take a look at this phrase. So we're gonna try and go until here, the G. So let's just try this, the second green phrase. Let me mark that. Dun, da, 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 da. So, if you take a look, so it'll be like one triplet. Let's just go until there. So that's the phrase, the sequence, the scale pattern that you need to do. So first, work on it slowly and practice. What you're practicing is, first of all, the music itself, right? How the music goes, dum, ba, 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 ba. If you can remember how the piece goes, like you can hum to it, you can hum without the sheet music, just off the top of your head. You don't have to be in tune when you're humming it, right? But if you have it in your head, it's very helpful. So let's try the green phrase one more time. Just the triplets, right? So one triplet, two triplet, ready and go, and all right. So the fingering here, just remember that we have C natural, so, and then we have F sharps. So be careful of that. That's the only thing we have to take care of. Now let's take a look at these. All right. You know what? I'm gonna change the color of these guys. Let's do purple. So we're gonna make the green phrase until here, right? Well, technically until here. But the purple phrase also begins there, and something that you have to do is get used to playing. So just like playing chords in the beginning, you kind of have to treat this as chords as well. It'll be difficult, but you can do it. Alright, so what you're doing, so let's just play the notes one by one, very, very slowly, right? So we're going to play G, B on the A string, B, D, A with the first finger, D, C, natural, D, F sharp, right? So there's two ways of, well, you gotta practice in two separate ways. First, you're going to be practicing the left hand, right? How the fingers are moving together, and then after that, we gotta figure out how to work the bowing, the string crossing, because we're skipping from the G string all the way to the A string, right? So one way you can practice the fingering is just what I did. So playing it pizzicato, right? So that's gonna help you play the notes and the changes of the chords together, right? So you're going to kind of connect them like this. So, and remember that you're all already putting the top notes, top finger, when you're playing the bottom finger, right? So try to get used to that. The faster you do it, the harder it'll be. Try to tune as well. Right? So another one trick is relaxing your hand and kind of pulling the cello towards you instead of squeezing the thumb and pushing your thumb against the neck. That's one way to help relax. So that's how you would practice the left hand, right? So practice moving in groups of 2. And then with the bowing, just try and just play open strings only. So G, A, G, A. So I'm mainly doing this, right? So it'll be like this. So I'm kind of rocking, making your thumb, turning your bow into a kind of like a seesaw, right? So if you're able to wiggle back and forth like this, up and down, I have the bow sideways, right? And if you kind of do that motion, your bow is going to also turn. So just try and practice that together. And then when you actually play the notes here, play them very, very slowly first, right? So that's how you practice this part. Remember, so just practice separately the right hand and the left hand, excuse me. So what's going to be difficult is coming directly from the triplets, right? So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and change your subdivision. And then we go back to the triplets. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You know what? Let's have the green phrase end here. And we'll start the purple phrase further down. How about that? But still, the same thing applies, right? Think of it like this. So I would say the purple phrase starts from there, and you'll see why. So we gotta think in triplets first, and then we'll switch to thinking in eighth notes, right? 1 and 2 and 3 triplet, 4 triplet. 1 and 2. Alright, so you can tell that the sequence starts there once again in the triplet, right? And then from measure 37, we have the outro. So let's play the purple phrase once more. That's kind of like the end of the beginning part, right? So 1 and 2 and purple part triplet. And 2 and 3 and 4 and up. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 1 and 2 and alright, so the last bit. So rhythm wise, just remember it's, so here you can think of it as 3/16 notes, right? And then on the last two, you have 30-second notes, right? So it's ta 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 da dum bum ba da bum bum ba da bum bum ba bum bum ba da bum bum. So if you think about, if you're kind of feeling all the 16th note, right? Dum ba ba da bum ba. So that's how it should sound, right? If you're playing it perfectly rhythmically, but it's gonna be more like a trill into the third beat. And be careful of this octave. Tune. Let me write it here, closer. Tune. Right? If your octave is out of tune, it's very obvious. So just be careful of that. So 1 and 2 and same thing here, right? The chords, divide them into 2 and 2. 2 on the bottom, separate 2, and then separate the top 2. All right. So I would say the difficult part here is not necessarily the fingering, but the switches between the eighth notes and the triplets. So practice with a metronome. Let's write that down. So some practice tips here, practice notes. So I would say that's probably the most important part of this piece. And also just trying to stay relaxed all throughout, right? I think the left hand, the fingering isn't too difficult. So just remember to stay relaxed, and I think you should be fine. Let me just mark the end of the phrase here. All right. So I'm going to play from the beginning once again, or from the repeat, as if it was the second time. I don't remember if I play the repeat. I think I don't, because it kind of gets Yeah, you'll see why I don't do it later. But for now, I'm going to start from the beginning and let's play through what we covered so far, right? All right. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2. So that's how the first half sounds like. And now let's take a look at let's continue on after the repeat, what goes on. If you have any questions, feel free to leave in the chat or comment, and I'll try and get back to you. I'm kind of skipping over a lot of things, but I think I want to give you a general idea of how to practice this piece, right? When I'm giving you all these different colored phrases, it's kind of like I'm breaking it down into bite-sized pieces, right? So when you practice, try to practice just those phrases, and I think it'll help you learn the piece faster, first of all, and yeah, really just that. Just help you learn it faster. All right, so moving on. We're gonna go after the repeat. So let's just go through it and see if you notice anything, right? So I'm gonna play from the orange. So 1 and 2 and ready, go, and 2, 3. And so same thing here, right? I'm gonna change here. Alright, so let's take a look at one more time. 1, 2, and ready, orange. And 2, 3. 1 and 2. until there, it kind of sounds familiar, right? It sounds like the blue phrase, the light blue phrase, but it changes a little bit. So I'm going to mark. Let's mark with a sequence change. So starting up bow, let's write that down. And we're gonna go until there. Let's just play once more. Actually, I'm gonna start from measure 44. Measure 44 with a pickup. 1, 2, pickup. 2, 3. 2, 3. 2, 3, 4. And alright, so if you noticed here, so we're going to play 1, 0, right? 2, 1. Here is pretty straightforward. But then the next measure, you're gonna go to the third position. And you'll tune that position with the open A, with the second finger. Because here you're going to play the G sharp with 1 and B natural with 4. So 4, right? Because your fingers will be in half steps. Up a half step from A is A sharp or B flat, and then 4 would be B natural, right? And then half step below A would be G sharp or A flat, but in this case it'll be G sharp. So we end on a E here, and then we'll have to switch to the fourth position, but that's gonna come later. So let's just take a look at all the orange section. Because I think if I keep on going on, let's see. Yeah. Let's just stick to this, and then we'll go afterwards. So let's take a look at all the orange phrase, right? So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. 2, and 2, 3. And 2, 3. 2, 3. Until there, really good. Okay, so let's continue on. And I'm going to add a new color. Alright, we're gonna do red. So here, it's gonna be in fourth position. We switch to third finger. Oh. So right, fourth position. You can tune your first finger with the A. And 2 and 3. In order to let you know that this fingering is on the D string, what I'm going to do is write the Roman numeral 2 like that. Alright, moving on to the next page. So we ended right like that. And then what we're going to do is shift back to first position instead of keeping it down here. And then play E on the first position, right? So we're going to play this E on first position. So the measure of the ending of orange and beginning of pickup of red, so it'll be like this. Fourth finger, and 2. So that's how that pattern goes, right? In fourth position. And then go down to first position. And then here, we'll have to do let's go until there. That'll be the end of our, actually, that won't, yeah, that'll be the end of our red phrase. So, if we take a look here, this just means we do this. So that's what that means. Alright, so put the fingerings there so it'll be like this. Slowly. So you're gonna shift down half step. And then you can extend down here. And then it'll be just separate up bows. So try to practice all of that, the legato phrase, right? The slurred phrase. And then hold the G sharp. Because oftentimes what happens is I hear students just cutting off the G sharp because they're worried about the extension. So try to stay on the G sharp for a while. Right? And then it goes like this. shift to the third position. 4. F natural to D, right? And then it's E to C natural, which is an extension, right? And then D, B is just normal first position. Alright. So that I would say is the next kind of like a sub-phrase of the red. So let's keeping it kind of similar. I'm gonna reuse the orange because we're still I would say I'll explain this later, but we're still kind of in the development section, right? So let's just play the red section from here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and sorry, it's a pickup, right? 1 and 2 and 3. So another one thing to notice here is I'm kind of lifting the bow at the end of the note here, right? Ba-dum, 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 bum. It's just kind of it's to give it a little bit more character. And also, when you lift the bow, it kind of gives your hand a little bit more time to shift without making noises. So just think about that. And then let's keep on going. So here, I would follow the fingering of 1-1. So like this. The next line, da 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 da. So this phrase goes until here. That's how that part goes. Something to remember here is that we play F sharp. We always play C natural, right? But here we play F natural. So I'm going to put that there. And same thing here. Remember, it's that F natural. So let's just take a look at the run here. ready, go, and right? Alright, so if we do all the orange part together, it sounds like this. 1, 2, I'll play from this. I'll play from measure 60. Alright, ready, go. 1, 2, and 3. Sorry. I don't have all the... There we go. One more time. Measure 60. Ready, and... Alright, so something I forgot to mention is here we're playing in second position and we're playing C sharp, right? And then in the next measure we're playing C natural. So something to keep that in mind. So the reason why I kept this part in orange is because where we stopped and where we're going to play again, right? Here, in the odd tempo where it says odd tempo. It's because we're going to be playing basically the same thing as the beginning, right? Right? It's actually exactly the same thing. So that's the reason why I kept it the same color. Right? So from orange, it goes from orange to end of orange. That is what we call a development, right? A development, if you think about it's what we call a part of a song structure, right? Form or song structure. You already know this. It's like verse, chorus, verse, chorus. If you're familiar with songs that you can sing along, right? There's an intro and then there's a theme, right? Things like that. All those words describe a part of a piece of music, right? A section of piece of music. And development is just one of those names that they use, right? And then tempo is where they come back to the original phrase, and that we're going to put in yellow once again. So yellow basically stays until here, right? So let's take a look at the development, which is the after the repeat, right? So starting from the first orange. So 1, 2, and we're gonna play it slowly. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 2, 3. 2, 3. 3, 4. 3. Sorry. you hanging. Okay, so that's how the development section goes. And here I did the ritardando, right? So just remember that. And let's keep on going through the yellow phrase, right? So just remember this is the same. This will be the same fingering, same everything as the beginning. But I will rewrite some here. For example, that. All right, so 1, 2, a tempo, yellow, and, So here is where we change from the beginning, right? So let's mark it. It's gonna be blue, but I'm gonna mark it dark blue. So the notes are pretty simple, right? Two, three, four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 2. So we're kind of going back and going through all the phrases, all the motifs, all the themes, different themes that we're familiar with. We're just playing it in C major, all of them together, right? So let's try the blue phrase one more time, and I'm going to keep on going, right? 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3. So from here is different, and it's actually a little bit difficult. So let's see what all right, so it'll be green once again. I guess the green parts will be the difficult parts. So the green part will be that, and we're gonna go until here, right? Until here. I'm gonna put a different green part. So just to let you know, it'll go until here. So let's just take a look at how to play this. So same thing here as the part in the beginning, in the first page where we're doing the jumping around, right? We're going to separate the left hand and what the right hand is doing. So your right hand, I'm gonna play through the first green phrase and notice what my bow hand is doing, okay? Alright, so my bow is going back and forth from D and A, right? We're just crossing the string between that. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of bringing my bow down and then kind of extending my fingers down and then lifting it up, scrunching it down like this, kind of like that, right? Like this. So that's what I'm doing. When I'm lifting it up, when I'm closing my hand like that, I'm playing the A string, right? Then when I'm pushing it down like that, I'm pushing down to the D string. So when you just practice that in open strings. Try not to use too much of your arm. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just use your forearm, wrist, just kind of make big circles. And that's going to help you play those string crossing, right? As far as the left hand goes, the only thing I'm going to suggest is that you bar these two. So so when you bar it, kind of just you're playing a fifth. So that's a little bit difficult when you're playing fast. Instead of hopping over, right, 2-2 like that, just kind of stay. So this one is also difficult to practice. What you can do is exactly just what I did then. Practice it as a double stop, right? So you can start from the G. So you can practice it like that. So that will help you get used to the left hand, changing the different positions and things like that. And then once you kind of practice those two separately, you marry the two together, right? And do it slowly. Any passages that you're working on here, do it slowly. That will help you learn a lot faster. I know in my experience, I'm very impatient and I just want to learn the piece. But you know, take your time learning the parts correctly the first time. Because if you learn it wrong, what you have to do is you have to unlearn what you learned wrong and then relearn the correct way, right? So you're doing twice as much as work. So practice it slowly. Let's look at the green phrase. 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and. All right, if you got it to there, and you're playing it slowly, just keep it that way, and playing it fast will come naturally, right? And then let's take a look at the next part, right? The triplets, right? So let's ignore the grace note for now. Just worry about the main triplets, right? 1, 94. there, and then so the green section is kind of like a big finale to the end, right? Oh, sorry. So that's gonna be the entire green section. As far as the grace notes, try to. Some people fit it on the beat. Some people fit it before the beat. I think how you can think of it is like a 16th note, like da, 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 da. Like right. If you think of it as triplet 16th, it kind of helps. Instead of a grace note, right? Grace note kind of, I don't know, there's something about thinking about grace notes as something before the beat, but if you think of it as 16th note triplet, right? I think it'll make a little bit more sense, and then you can start making turning it into a grace note, which is just making it a little bit shorter, right? And 1 and 2 and 3 and all right. And now the final section. Da 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 da. So basically, the pattern goes like that. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. So think of it like that. Right? And then a full measure. Or not a full measure at all. Another pickup, right? 1. And then here, feel that C as the downbeat, right? La da 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 da. La da 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 da. If you feel it like that, I think you'll be fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so the purple run, the purple triplets. So try to practice it in chunks like that. Right? Get comfortable with that. And then get comfortable with the next part. And then try to combine those two together. Once again. to combine the little pieces together like that and then put it all together, right? One and two and three and four and so familiar themes and motifs, we're just playing it in C. So here, I'm assuming they want you to play with the 2 and 4, but you know, I like playing with 1 and 3, first and third finger there, because you can play faster trills. It just sounds cleaner. And then shift back, right? We're gonna separate these. So that last bit here, that last bit is just gonna be on the end of the 4, right? 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4, and right? 1, 2, 3, and 4, 3 and 4, da-dee-dum. So it's on the beat. Alright, so that's how the piece goes. Let's just play from the odd tempo until the end, and then I think we can call it a day for this lesson. There's a lot of things I can talk about, musicality and things like that, but what I want to teach you here is really just how to go about learning the notes. And if you have specific questions, you can write in the comments or take it to your teacher, your private teacher, and things like that, right? Or play how your intuition tells you, right? All right, so let's just play the the odd tempo, which is the main theme, right? We're coming back to the main theme. This is called a recapitulation. We're recapping the theme, right? All right, so 1, 2, and I'm gonna go a little bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And 1 and 2. that's how the recapitulation sounds like. Remember, if you have any questions, remember to just mention the measure number and your question, and I'll try and get back to it. This is the start of the playing real repertoires, as I like to say it, right? Real pieces. I'm going to the next lesson I'm going to do will be on the second movement of this piece, and there's a lot of pieces that you can go about in between, right? In between this piece and the next piece that you're going to learn. I highly recommend practicing scales as well as etudes. And yeah. All right, so that's gonna be it for today. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video helped a lot. And yeah, we're going to be looking at other pieces in the future, so stick around, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Happy practicing. Bye.